All right, everyone, here we go. This is I've been waiting to do this reading, especially I waited until a little bit while the full moon energy set in. This is Gemini, Mercury back in Gemini, moving forward this time. Now, I pulled on the retrograde. I pulled on the retrograde when it retrograded back into Taurus, and it created a cycle. And Gemini, when it went retrograde in Gemini, it sort of brought you back into the fray, if you will, at least energetically. All right, very, very strong. And when it went retrograde back in Taurus, well, they had to make a decision. The wishy-washiness was going to cause towers. It's interesting that I say towers, isn't it? Because my pre-shuffle here opens with a star card, a card that we can't seem to get rid of. It's showing up all over the place. I think it showed up in a short that I did just yesterday. It was crossed by a tower in that reading, by the way. And if you were astute and you noticed, that tower, the star, after a tower, we get a star. And that's kind of where we're at right now here. I'll talk about the pre-shuffle in a minute. This is an all signs reading. It's a straight up energy reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. It is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you're here for a reason. Although my readings can get a little little bit more than general, I should say. This reading is timeless. Technically it is, because you're all on different timelines. You're all moving at different speeds. That being said, and so is your person. That being said, let's talk about this here. All right, let's go. Let's get rolling. This is going to be a hell of a reading. We already did a preview of it yesterday. And this pre-shuffle backs up that preview. I've got the effect of Mercury going forward in Gemini right here after the full moon, the processing moon. Hopefully everybody saw that full moon reading. And I've got the star crossed by the Three of Wands. All right, I've got someone here. The energy is there. It's the manifestation, what they wanted, what they want to do. There's an opportunity. At least they may feel like there's an opportunity. Whatever the case is, we have an escalation here because I've got the 3 to the 2 here. Yeah, there's a little bit of wishy-washiness on it, but that 2 of Wands is crossing that 3 of Wands. So it's a bit of an escalation. It's a bit of a lot less time spent setting the intention and a lot more time spent right on the edge of taking some action. And there's our action right there. It's a Chariot. All right? That's one message from the pre-shuffle when I talk to the universe. All right? I shuffled for a while to get this too. The universe had me run through the cards like crazy. The Chariot is technically bookending the star in this pre-shuffle. It's someone coming right for you. There's determination here. There's someone who wants to open up. All right. Now, behind that is sort of a message, a side note from the universe. It's the 7 of Swords, deception, crossing the Empress. Okay. The universe basically here, and there's Fakey McFakerman, just to hammer it home. The Queen of Wands, Queen of the cover story, lies. The universe basically wants you to know, or wants the DFs to know, that this person's been full of shit. Just like I've been saying for quite a while. They've been full of shit. This is someone getting past it here. So let's see what's going on. Let's pull this. It's going to be a hell of a reading. I know it is. Let's shuffle the deck here. Give me the soulmate cycle with the effect of Mercury in Gemini moving forward now. Boy. It's powerful energy, especially after that full moon, which is dislodged, I should say, the energy pile up that's been there. You know, energy is starting to flow. I see like a dam that's starting to break, and it's just starting to trickle through. It's nice. Let's go here. Give me the soulmate cycle with the effect of Gemini, Mercury moving forward in Gemini. Let's see where we go. This first card out is Why the Fuck Are We Here? It's before the cut. So let's cut. Let's see. We're here because of the Burger King, the King of Wands. That doesn't surprise me. We're going to have to get more information. That's someone's ego, pride, but I get an energy off of that, of someone who's taking action forward. The King of Wands does take action from a passionate, albeit self-interest perspective. Let's see what comes after it. Yeah, the 4 of Cups. Yeah, someone here. Again, we saw that 7. We saw the Empress and the 7 of Swords, and Fakey McFakerman there. That little side message in the pre-shuffle. There's an air of disappointment here. There's an air of worry They might be puffing themselves up like that cobra on the King of Wands because they might be afraid of being rejected. This person can't handle being rejected. Their ego is still there. So that's something to keep in mind. That's something, that's where the hesitation lives. Okay? It lives in a fear of rejection because it would hurt their precious ego. Of course it would. All right, let's give the deck a final shuffle. Let's do ourselves a reading here. Let's see where we go. Give me the soulmate cycle. With all affecting energies, including that full moon, with the effect of Mercury moving forward in Gemini. Give me a reading, universe. It knows what I mean by that. Let's see where we go here. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. I love it when the cards just sort of stick and force you to stop shuffling. 10 Pentacles, the overall energy of this reading. What's crossing that? Just for fun. Ace of Pentacles. Grandma on the freeway at 15 miles an hour, slowest energy of the tarot, right? It took someone here has figured it out. This is reflecting a little bit of the Mercury in Gemini moving forward and a little bit of the full moon energy. I get they figured it out. And there's a slow, steady movement towards something here. Getting something. I say getting something. You know, it's that King of Wands energy. I hope it's not self-serving on their part, but they are coming towards you. They do see your value. They know that this is 10 Pentacles here, the real deal. And this proves that they know it's the real deal because the Ace of Pentacles is the most solid new beginning in the tarot. Okay, it is always the real deal, unless it's reversed, of course. Anyway, let's go. Let's see where we go. This is the energy around your connection. This is how your person feels in the 3D, you know, them. Right here is how they feel about you in the soul, or a test of their soul, a way of checking in on it. Right here's the hidden energy, the message from the universe. It's red with the energy of the connection. And right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. I can't. I can only tell you what the energy's doing, and this reading so far is backing up our preview reading and a short that I did yesterday. I will clarify everything, throw some universe cards over the top, and you bet your sweet asses there's going to be a link for an extended in the description. There's a lot of energy here. I got to process this. All right, I'm glad I got my tea with me. Okay, let's see where we go here. Right here, the energy around the connection. What is it? 5 Wands. Yeah, there's just a little bit of internal struggle here. There's a conflict that they're worried about. The energy around the connection is unstable, but it's only because the other side is still in their ego a little bit. It's only because of that King of Wands who's afraid of the rejection, the 4 of Cups. All right, who's afraid of being disappointed. Oh my God, it's easy to keep this in dreamland. It's a lot more difficult to bring it into 3D, and they're able to process all of their feelings right now, which this is understandable. But there is a conflict here. Conflict has been created. If for no other reason, why the hell did you run? You know, there is a conflict here for everyone. Right here, how do they feel when their emotions? That's a strange energy. It's a 4 of Pentacles. It's fear. Yeah, that's what I just said. Rewind. I said it's a conflict, but it's mostly your person. It's that ego of the King of Wands, afraid to be, afraid of being rejected. This is what this is. They're holding back. They fear lack. A fear of loss, a fear of lack is what the 4 of Pentacles is. It's the card of the miser, right? Misers don't spend their money because they're afraid of losing it. This person's afraid you're going to say no. That's what the energy is here. It's all minor arcana. I don't think it's enough to stop them, but the cards are backing up my energy read. I always like it when that happens. We can't discount the pre-shuffle. That star we open with, bookended by the Chariot, is very important. This person spent a lot of time lying to themselves about this connection, telling themselves it didn't matter and all that kind of stuff. Oh, it matters a lot. How do they feel in the soul about you? Emperor. When the Emperor falls here, again, I get an out of balance. I do get a Burger King kind of energy here where it's mostly King of Wands. The Emperor is all 4 kings, but this is out of balance. It is mostly King of Wands. Again, this is bookending the 5 of Wands. It's saying the same thing that I said about these 2 cards. It's saying the same thing that I said about the cut cards. However, this person feels the soulmate connection. I mean, it's corny to say it. I'll say it anyway. They feel like they're your divine masculine, right? I doubt are telling themselves that, but they're feeling this connection. They know their role in this connection. They're able to process it, and that's why they're afraid to lose it. That's why they're afraid too much time has passed. That's why they're afraid to put their ego down a little bit. There's a conflict here, and if they lose that conflict, they lose you. This is a fear of lack. This is a card of the miser. They will not spend their money. All right, I'm not saying your person won't come towards you. I don't think this is enough to stop them. In fact, this proves it. This is a major arcana card falling in the soul position. They know what they know what they feel, and they know what they want to do. Now, hidden energy. What's the universe want to tell us about this Five of Wands here? Seven of Cups. Yeah, it's mostly a conflict in your person of trying to figure out the best way to approach, which is a mistake on their part, because that causes them to dilly-dally again. It's a dilly-dally energy. It's excuses. This is the weakest energy in the tarot as I read it, Five of Wands. Fives are always temporary in the tarot, right? This is minor nonsense. I think they push past their fears. In the soul, they're already taking control of the fear a little bit, but they are puffing up the ego. Again, this is just dilly-dallying. This is trying to figure out the best way to approach, to avoid this conflict, to avoid losing you, to avoid having to spend that money, to avoid losing that money, the card of the miser, right? Yeah, okay, what's the potential final outcome here? This is going to be one that's going to be very interesting to clarify. I honestly, the preview reading that I did for this was very sugar-coated. You know, it really did sort of reflect, but I asked the universe in that reading to skim the surface. I was expecting this reading to be about this. You know, you can't have light without shade. We have to have a mix of the two, otherwise it's not real. This is very minor shade. This is just your person being stupid. They know exactly how they feel, and they know you're the Ten of Pentacles. That full moon helped a lot. That energy is starting to flow. What's the potential final outcome? Red with the Four of Pentacles, Nine Swords. Yeah. Again, in the baseline energy, this person is all up in their head. I got nothing but conflict here. I got an energy match for background with these two cards, these three cards. These three cards go together. Well, yeah, they fear losing you. There's just conflict here. They get in their head trying to figure out all kinds of ways. How can I approach? What can I do? Net, it ends up at the Nine of Swords. What the Nine of Swords, this is pacing the kitchen at 2 in the morning with a bottle of whiskey. What the Nine of Swords tells me, because I have to take into consideration the Emperor energy here, is this is a 9. It's the end. They reach a snapping point where they just go for it. I believe the clarifiers will show that. But that's what's happening here. They're just round and round and round. This is all just a big clusterfuck of nonsense, of bullshit. They know exactly how they feel about you. You're their destiny. They're your divine masculine. You know, I doubt they're saying that, but that's how they feel. Let's clarify. We're going to clarify with the light seers. Let's see where we go here. Tell me about the Five of Wands. Why's the Five of Wands here? Let's see. All this nonsense. This is nonsense. These are all of this. All 4 of these are nonsense. Okay. Five of Wands. Tell me about it. Okay. Strength. Yeah, they're going to push past this. The heart chakra is open. It's major arcana. The energy for the connection. It's basically the universe telling them in their ear, hey, asshole, go, go, go. All right? Like that. Talk to them. All right? That's pretty much it. There is a strong attraction here. I can't tell you that. And I can also tell you that there's fear here. The Strength card is surrounded by fear. Right? And I got fear in how they feel. So again, the reading is cross-checking itself. What's on top? 3 of Cups. Yeah, they're worried about opening up to you. Trying to figure out the best way to do it. The path of least resistance is what they're trying to figure out. Once we push past this, there is a reunion here. This is the energy of your connection, so there's no third party bleeding in. So that's not what that card is about. Why is the 3 of Cups here? The Knight of Wands. Again, it's a brave, impulsive action. I said when we clarify, we're going to see that they reach a breaking point and they just come in. That's the breaking point. We'll find out more because these cards are read together. But again, it's somebody here who's just going to take a chance here and do this and push past this fear. These are all these cards right here are all bullshit. And the 9 tells me that it is bullshit. This verifies in the final outcome because 9s are the end in tarot. 10s are the end and dead end that lead to a new beginning. Nines are the end of this. This verifies, this is the universe's way of saying, yep, this is bullshit. It's not enough to stop them. It's not enough to stop the Emperor, because the soul is kind of coming into line here. All right? Yeah, they may puff up a little bit. There's some ego coming at you. They are afraid of being rejected, like I told you. So the Knight of Wands can get out as fast as they get in. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles here. Let's talk about how they feel in the 3D here. If we were to walk up to this person, probably see piss running down their leg. All right, let's see here. Four of Pentacles. Why is it here? Why is the Four of Pentacles here? What is this about? Tell me about this. Yeah. They're afraid of being rejected by you. Nine of Pentacles crossing it. They're afraid that you don't need them. That you seem to have everything you need. You're doing fine. I believe that. I mean, whether you are or you aren't. You might say, Steve, I'm doing terrible. Okay. But energetically, you're reflecting as pure Empress energy to this person. We know that from previous readings. This is minor arcana Empress energy. What it's telling us here is they need you more than you need them. And I think I said that either in the preview reading or in a short reading I did the other day. I said it recently. It's coming out there. It's what they're afraid of. We're finding out what they're afraid of right here, because this is fear. Holding back for reasons I've already explained, but also because you're the shit. And they don't want to be, it would kill their ego to be rejected by you. Imagine you think you're great, right? Let's just hypothetical. You think you're awesome. You're the best. You're almost arrogant. You think you're awesome. And so you go for something. You go for something that you think is great, that you think is terrific. Imagine the ego blow when you don't get that. Usually people in King of Wands and Knight of Wands, that emotional immaturity, that false ego, right? Fakey McFakerman and all that. They go for low-hanging fruit. They go for stuff that they can easily get so their ego never gets hurt. You're not that. This is high-hanging fruit. Okay? And that's why they're nervous about it. I'm just trying to explain it to you. I'm not justifying it. I think they're fuckwit. What's on top? Fear. Come on. Why am I your second favorite energy reader? Mom, he just threw fear on top of fear. Oh, yeah, I did. You're right. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they get in their head round and round. This person's used to going for low-hanging fruit. You're high-hanging fruit. Okay? It's as simple as that. I don't need to overcomplicate it. Right? Their ego would be seriously damaged if you rejected them. And it's a stupid reason not to go for what you want. It's damn stupid because their ego is false. In the soul, this person's getting it together. I believe they show up. I do. I see that with the Knight of Wands. I see it with the Three of Cups. Because these are two very powerful cards on top of bullshit. All right? And this card tells me that these are bullshit anyway. Why is the Eight of Swords here? Page of Wands. They're afraid to come at you because they feel, again, it's just saying the same thing. They feel small next to you. Okay? Again, the Page of Wands, this is someone, it's sort of the curious card, if you will. Peering over the fence in some decks, kind of spying on things. It is a little bit of that. But the more they've watched you, the more they think about you, the more they realize what they feel, they get intimidated by it. Right? Nine of Pentacles, very intimidating energy. She got a falcon. She's better than me. I don't have a falcon. That being said, that just backs it up. But it is communication. I think they push past it. Because the Page of Wands is also an energy of someone who really wants to fix this, really wants to make it work. They're very curious about you. They want to learn more about you, maybe. I don't know. It's also because you're something very new for this person. Again, you're high-hanging fruit. They're used to low-hanging fruit. You're something very different for this person. So they have a lot of fear toward coming towards you. But I think they do it anyway because at the end of the day, they don't want you to get away. And they're processing all of this information, all this energy that's been jammed up is now breaking free. And we've got Mercury, the planet of communication, in its home sign, if you will, moving forward. Now is when we should be hearing from these people, and the readings are backing that up. But this reading's telling us, again, more about who's coming at you. It's something you need to know. Yeah, sure, anybody can tell you, yeah, your person's turning around, they miss you, they're coming to communicate. Yeah, that's here. But you're dealing with somebody who's looking for a way to communicate that limits their exposure. a little bit so that, their precious ego isn't damaged. And you may say, well, my person's not an ego. Of course they are an egomaniac. Of course they are. The King of Wands, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, all those cards come up so often in these readings. We can't have a reading without them, generally speaking. The ego plays out in different ways. It can play out as insecurity. They're very insecure on the inside. They have to puff themselves up to go out and do anything, right? So they put out an image. Lots of people do it, especially today with social media. People putting out an image. My name is Rosie Hips on Instagram. Okay, Rosie Hips. In real life, you're just Jennifer Jones, but okay, Rosie Hips. That's an image. It's a puff up. It's trying to make yourself feel like you're something special. You're something different. Everybody in today's society, and I'm talking about the collective energy, speaking as an energy reader, is trying so hard to be different without realizing that it comes across as contrived and fake. You don't have to try to be different. Everybody's different. We're all snowflakes. We all have our own. Take it from an energy reader. Everybody's got their own frequency of energy. To be different, you just need to be yourself. You don't have to try, right? You could still be Jennifer Jones on Instagram. You don't have to be Rosie Hips. That's just nonsense. All right? Be Rosie Tits if you're going to be anything. All right, right here. Emperor, why is it here? Hey, it's just an observation. For those of you that think your person isn't ego, they're putting out an image. Why the hell do you think they ran from you? Why do I keep getting out of balance emperors here? It's the lesson they needed to learn. They needed to learn to be vulnerable. Now, for a lot of them, they shut down because they got hurt once. Sure. Which is just a general reading. I'm just telling you. You're dealing with a person who's trying to find the path of least resistance to come towards you, even though they desperately do not want you to get away, because in the soul, they feel the connection. They know that they're your divine masculine, kind of a thing. All right. Why is the Emperor here? Let's talk about their soul. That's enough of that. Let's talk about their soul. Yeah. What did I just say? And then I'll ask, why am I your second favorite energy reader? Come on now. I said, they know they're your divine masculine. It's Two of Cups crossing that. When Two of Cups appears in the soul, the Two of Cups is the energy, the affecting energy around the environment, environmental energy within their soul is this soul connection. You are not sharing soul space with anyone. They get it. And I think the full moon plays a big role in that. What's on top? Page of Pentacles, card of the student. Man, but the problem is, they feel small next to you. Say the same thing. Even as far down as the soul, they feel small next to you. They are still someone who needs to, this Emperor is out of balance because there's still someone who needs to learn the very lesson that I just taught when I talked about Rosie Hips on Instagram. All right? You don't have to try to be different. You don't have to put out an image. Just be yourself. And what's funny is the universe rewards that when you're yourself. That's the beautiful part about energy. So it's right there. It's one thing if you want to wear like crazy clothes and shit, right? You want to wear like green pants and yellow shirt together with red shoes and walk around. That's fine, as long as it's not contrived. As long as you didn't plan to do that. As long as you're not doing it because you're like, oh, people will think this if I wear this, and then they will see. No, you should just wear it because you like those colors. And it's just something that occurs naturally. That's real. What your person does is they put out a fakey McFakerman image. They tell everyone how happy they are, how great they are, which is usually how it plays out. And what's happening is they're slowly learning that that's not working for them anymore. And that's what the Page of Pentacles is talking about here. All right, why is the Page of Pentacles here? Emperor on top of Emperor. Again, I reiterate, why am I your favorite? Why am I your favorite energy reader? Why am I your second favorite? How about that? The Emperor on top of the Emperor is why this is here. Again, they're learning. Their ego is in the way. They're getting there. And this is telling me that full moon energy is doing its job. You're not sharing soul space with anyone. This person feels you on a high level. Okay? You're there. That's why this fear is kicking up. But this fear is very minor. It's nonsense. It'll end very quickly. I believe they do come towards you. All right. But who you're getting is somebody who's trying to be as the least amount of vulnerable possible. Okay? Because they're nervous about being rejected. Which again is ironic, because if they were actually very open they'd be less likely to be rejected, probably. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Let's talk to the universe. So this is them. Well, maybe I can go in like this. Or maybe I can do this. Oh, you know what? I'll try it this way. How about that? How about you just go in and talk? How about that? Well, they're learning. They're getting there. But they do feel small next to you. So as soon as they start to, these cards also tell me that as soon as they start to feel small next to you, you know, you're that Nine of Pentacles crossing here. That's when they puff up again. Well, I'm the emperor. I have this great papasan chair here. You know, they puff up the ego. They puff up the image again. It's getting weak. They're learning. They're pushing past it. Which is why they're trying to figure out a way to come in right here. The Seven of Cups. Tell me about it. Tell me about the Seven of Cups. They want it. Come on. Honest to God, do you even need me here? It's the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is sealed. It's sealed with cellophane, but what I've noticed here is a little bit of a leakage on it. What did I say? I said they're coming. What you're getting, I believe they're coming in, but what you're getting is someone who's trying to be as least amount of vulnerable as possible. They're trying to figure out a way to give just a little here and not tell you the depth, the complete depth of how they feel. I think they will open up. The card of the student tells me that. But I think they need the lesson from you. I think they're missing a lesson here. The two emperors, I should have gotten an empress here. What I got was a second emperor. This tells me nobody's helping this person. They're having to figure this all out on their own, which is why it's taken them a long time. They need interaction with the empress to complete their lessons. Okay? That's what this is telling me. And you can see it play out right here. It's all them. Them. Very selfish energy here, which is what this is what a selfish person does. They withhold. All right, they need to push past that. It's nonsense. Everybody's equal. Nobody should be put on a pedestal. You know, nobody should feel small next to anybody. We're all equal. At the end of the day, we all end up in the same goddamn place, no matter who you were. All right, right here, Six of Cups. They're worried about the past or something here. Again, these cards are read with these cards. They're worried about opening up to you because perhaps they opened up to somebody in the past and it bit them. It's just an excuse machine. It's also possible that they're worried about something that happened between you two in the past and talking about that. It's making them quake in the boots. All right, it's making them think that you might reject them. Okay, and that's what's holding them back a little bit. That is the truth. That is the energy that's there. Believe it or don't believe it. I know some of you, a few of you have your person on some kind of pedestal. You should not. All right, these are mortal people. Okay, and it is what it is. Why is the Six of Cups here? Page again. See? Page, they feel small. They feel stupid about something from the past, which is why it's going to take this is read with the Knight of Wands, is why it's going to take a brave, impulsive action to come in. That's a very immature way to do something, a very immature way to behave. But it is. They again feel small. There's something they're embarrassed about the past. They reflect as a page. You do not. They reflect even here in the soul where there's two emperors and your soulmate connection, the Two of Cups crossing. Because the two emperors and where they fell, your person is reflecting as a page. Why is the emperor out of balance? Because your person's a page. Why is your person a page? Because they're behaving like the Burger King. They're learning very slow. But they are learning. It is a card of the student. That energy from the full moon, freeing up that energy backlog, is doing some wonders here. Now, here we go. Here's the universe and the final outcome telling us, you know, all of this nonsense comes to an end. The universe thinks that they do roll in. I said that in the beginning, and I said we'd see that when we clarify, and so far we have. Let's find out. Why is the Nine of Swords here? Give me the final on this. I already know what I'm pulling on in the extended. I don't have a devil here. I just have a stubborn emperor who's still behaving like the King of Wands, but desperately knows what they want to do and come in. I want to know why they feel small. I want to know what's going on. I don't have a third energy. There's always a third energy. Everything is energy, okay? And everything is connected, but everything is energy. So you might say, well, oh, he said there's always a third energy. There's no third party in my situation. They're not married, so, you know, this reading's not for me. No, there's always, I wrote about this in my blog once too. There's always a third energy. There's a third energy that prevented you two from coming together. It doesn't have to be a person. It can just be a belief system on your person's side, or a fear, or something. Everything is energy. Every individual thing. So, I don't have it here though. I have your person within your person. So this is all internal inside your person. All right? And it's all bullshit. 8 of Swords, always bullshit. 9 of Swords, always bullshit. 5 of Wands, always bullshit. 4 of Pentacles, just stubborn bullshit. And 2 Emperors. Okay? This needed to be an Empress to tell me that they were growing a bit faster. The problem is they're their own teacher. They need a teacher. You're it. Tag, you're it, Empress. All right. 9 of Swords. Why is it here? I've been shuffling. Oh, my God. Remember what was crossing here? The 9 of Pentacles? I said, you're the shit? 9 Pentacles. Now, here, it's a different context. Here, 9 Pentacles crossing 9 Swords tells me this person will break free of this. The energy around them is telling them, I'll paraphrase it. The energy around them is telling them that they can't let you get away. They've got to see what would have happened here. Okay? They got to try. That's what the energy around them is saying. They're in their head a little bit, but it's a 9. It comes to an end. I said this is all bullshit. And I was right. The Sun. Communication. Big card of communication. They're going to realize this is all bullshit, and they're going to take their brave, impulsive action towards you. It's what they're going to do. What's very interesting here, what wins the day, sometimes I say love wins the day in these readings. Not this time. What wins the day is the High Priestess, is the intuition. The intuition wins the day here. All right? I believe that's true. This is like the energy of the Sun read with the 8 of Swords. This is someone, and it's funny that this is a mirror on this card. You know, we have a mirror image. It's like the Sun illuminates everything. They're stupid. How stupid all this is, holding back and feeling small, is going to be illuminated for this person. I believe, again, this has a lot to do with that full moon energy. The Sun came up a lot in our full moon reading, even in the extended. Okay, I believe this has a lot to do with that. And the High Priestess is why the Sun is here. It's also the final card on the table. It's red with the Page of Wands. At the end of the day, it is indeed a brave, impulsive action. Someone's going to open up, but again, they're going to open up in a limited fashion. The Ace of Cups is just leaking a little bit. They are worried. It's up to you what you do with this person when they show up. All right, I could just as easily take this reading and sugarcoat it and give you the standard reading that's going to be out there. Yep, Gemini going direct, Mercury direct in Gemini is going to bring them back. Yep, expect to hear from somebody who ran from you. But without the that's the surface energy. Who gives a fuck about that? Anybody, you know, it's the underlayers that matter. And the underlayers are what I've described to you. Look, you can see it here in the soul. I've described it many times. I've got an Emperor on top of Emperor. They're feedback looping within themselves. So their lessons are limited, what they can learn. Which is why it's a page here. It's a page here, they feel small next to you. It's a page here, they feel small next to you. You know, again, my energy read got backed up over and over and over again. I said they felt small next to you before this page hit the table. And sure enough, pages, pages, pages everywhere. The only Knight I got is a Knight of Wands, and that's not one of my favorites. It's going to take a brave, impulsive action. They're going to reach a snapping point. This energy is the key. The 9 of Pentacles. When they realize that you getting away is not an option, which, by the way, they already know. The Sun and the High Priestess, they already know. They've just been pushing it back, pushing it down. This person's afraid of being rejected by you. It would hurt their precious ego. It's the only way I could paraphrase it for a general audience of 20,000 plus people. All right, apply it to your situation however you need to. But at the end of the day, they need to put their ego down. This is their lesson at this point. Putting the ego down, putting the image down, putting this nonsense down is, again, their lesson of learning to be vulnerable. When we put up a front, we're protecting ourselves, right? Like on Fakey McFakerman, right? It's a rattlesnake. They coil up and they shake the rattle. They're protecting themselves because if they strike, they have to stretch out and then they're vulnerable. This Emperor needs to strike. It's time. It's time to stretch out. Same applies for the King of Wands, which is mostly what's reflecting here with both of these Emperors. The King of Wands is a cobra in the animal deck. Does the same thing, just does it with a hood instead of a rattle. All right? End of the day. This person, at the end of the day, this person knows that you're not worth losing. All right? They don't want you to get away, and I've told you that many times. This is minor shit. I would expect to hear from this person, most of you. I'm telling you how you're going to hear from them because that's important for you to know. All right? Now, what's important for me to know, and I think you too, being someone who's studying the soulmate cycle, is what the fuck is going on here? And that's what my extended's going to be about. What the hell is going on behind the scenes with this person? Okay? What's all this? Because there's options here. There's a third energy that's missing. It's just not here. Did they get a divorce? Are they done? Are they single and free to pursue? I've had the Nine of Pentacles twice. Energy's always in layers. It could be there. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. It seems to be a single-minded feedback loop about you and about this connection. It's all they're thinking about. That's it. Nothing else. If somebody else is talking to them, they're just kind of nodding. They're in... you're completely in their soul. Two of Cups crossing the Emperor, Emperor on top, and again, all that page is telling me is, again, the more they feel this, the smaller they feel. You know, the more they fear losing it, because it's high-hanging fruit. It's something really good. But these type of people, these type of personalities never go for high-hanging fruit. They wouldn't dare ruin their ego, right? Oh, if there's a chance something will say no, they run. But the problem is, they could usually get away with that, but they can't get away with it with a deep soul or twin flame connection, because it grows the further they run. It gets stronger. And that's why that energy buildup occurred. That's why we have an energy backed up going all the way back to the 1010 portal, because these people ran. And the energy grows. They didn't know that. Of course they didn't know that. They never bothered. They're their own teacher. They never bothered to ask anybody or read anything, or maybe your person fancies themselves spiritual and thought they knew all about soulmate connections. I can tell you they don't, or they wouldn't have ran. You know, I'll never be the runner in a soulmate connection because I know how they work, and I know it's futile. It's like trying to run in a prison yard. Eventually, there's a fence. You're not going anywhere. You run all you want. You're just going to hit a fence. So, that being said, that's what's going on here. Let's ask the universe for 3 cards. Anything else you want to tell everybody before I go pull some wicked voodoo? And find out, really, that's the title for my extended. What the hell is going on here? Behind the scenes with this person. What the hell is happening? And that's what we're going to find out. And then we're going to find out. We'll pick it up in the extended from the High Priestess. We'll see where this goes. Because there's 10 Pentacles here. It could go well. It could go poorly. There's a good chance it'll go well. Maybe. Let's see. I'm endlessly skeptical. The message from the universe. Very dark message for you. 5 Cups. 10 Swords. And there's my King of Wands again. Again, there's no reason any one card comes up more often than another. There it is. It's just, this is all King of Wands over here. King of Wands was why we were here before the cut. It's the last card out from the universe. It's just a message to you from the universe. It's the Hermit crossing the 10 of Swords. It's just backing up my final outcome. Sometimes when I talk, the universe backs me up. Sometimes it puts egg in my face. Today it's backing me up. I'm pulling it from a different deck. It's right here. It's, the original deck, not the light seers that I threw, but it's the same message. This person knows they don't want this. The universe wants you to know they don't want this to be over. They feel like, when they feel like it's done, that's when they come in. The universe is saying, has another message for you. This person has felt this the whole time. It's their fault that it's over. They know it's their fault. They're sad about that, and they just need to put their ego down. But again, I have a lead-in to my extended here because I have no further information. This card should not be here based on these cards. What the hell is going on their side? Why is their ego kicked up? It implies, the energy implies that there's been a loss. Just like The star implies there's been a tower. We started this reading with a star. That implies there's been a tower. Those two cards are two cards in particular. The only other two are the world and judgment. The star and the tower can be inferred. You can infer one off of the other, basically, if in the right order. And we had it also in a short that I did the other day, the tower crossing the star. There's been a tower here. So someone in their ego, if they've already lost something or feel like they're losing something, they don't want to lose everything. They want to hold on to things. So that could explain the fear of losing you. I don't know. I've got to dig into it. So I'm going to be pulling on Emperors and King of Wands in the extended. This person knows what they've done here. It's just up to them to put the ego down and come in. I don't think they're going to put it down fully. All right. I think they're going to show up under the path of least resistance. They're going to show up and give you just a little bit and sort of test the waters a little bit. That's what I think they're going to do. I think that's wrong, though, because there's a lot of feelings here on both sides. All right. And this is the second time the universe has told you. It told you with the pre-shuffle, and it's telling you here. Your person's been full of shit. They really have been. I mean, this is like, if I had to title this reading and pick a clever title, I'd pick The Bullshit Artist. It really is. It's amazing. But they're getting real. And realizing that you're high-hanging fruit, that you actually are above them a little bit on the emotional evolutionary scale, if nothing else. And it's tough for this person. You know, again, they have to take down a whole image they probably spent many years building to suck it up a little bit and come back. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. It's honest anyway. Yeah, you could expect to hear from them. You'll see that all over YouTube. Your person's coming back, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you could expect to hear from them. I agree with that. But pay attention to everything else I told you. It's all here in the energy. If you want the extended, the link is in the description. It's there for you. I want it because I want to know what the hell is going on here. That being said, if you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right? Good luck, everyone.